Hey guys, so apparently I lied, because remember, gosh darn it, mute this music. Okay, so you know how last time I said, this is the best Slifer Agents deck, you won't find a better one. Well, that's sort of untrue, because I came up with a better one. Let's put it that way. And by that, I mean, still the last version of it was pretty consistent. The only thing is, this one is by far, it's just so much easier to actually bring out what you're trying to bring out. Doing it faster and keeping it a little more consistent in terms of winning. Maybe not necessarily always winning with Slifer, but at least winning in general. I mean, every single time I've won with this deck. Actually, I'm 2 for 2 with this deck. 2 wins, 2 duels, which I'm not going to go any further because that's really all the examples that I needed to show you. But I just wanted to show you the mechanics of it, rather than just, you know, the pure power. Because, I mean, I can show you as many duels as you want. They're pretty well going to be the same concept. Play Tethius, draw a bunch of cards, summon Slifer, boom. You know, pretty much. Anyway, so I also have an example duel of the previous deck that I was using to show you that it still works. It's just that I felt like this deck was a lot better. And here's the reason why. First of all, you don't need as many agents as I had in the last one. I had 2 Jupiters, 3 Venuses, and 2 Earths. So, in order to make room, you'll notice that I had already taken out the Christias before and had the Venuses. So instead of the 2 Valhalla Hall of the Fallens, I put in 2 Celestial Transformations. And here's the reason why. Because the fairy that you special summon is its attack is halved, whoop-de-doo, and it's destroyed during the end phase, whoop-de-doo. This is a 1-turn kill deck, so you've got until the end phase to win, pretty much. And Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, one of the crappy things about it is if your opponent is not really like attacking you at all or playing defensive as well, then Valhalla Hall of the Fallen sort of is like a dead card in your hand or a dead card on the field. Either one. Celestial Transformation is not. It does it for any fairy. In fact, I'm really kind of jealous of fairies because they actually get to use this card. I kind of wish that freaking dragons had a freaking card like this. I'd be making rank 8s out the wazoo if that were the case. But, so yeah, I replaced the 2 Valhalla Hall of the Fallens with these. Obviously, if I don't have Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, then I don't need the Hecatrice, or Hecatrice, or whatever the hell the thing is. So, I took out 2 of those and 1 Jupiter and put in 3 Nova Summoners. So, the reason why I put in Nova Summoner is actually because a guy commented in my comments, obviously, that he felt that the last deck it had a horrible consistency. And so first of all, I told him that he was probably playing it wrong because there is actually a strategy in playing this and what you should do, what you should play first, and what you should discard with hand destruction. But that aside, I actually thought of a way of helping out this deck thin a little bit, and that's with Nova Summoner, so I actually put it into practice. And Nova Summoner is real great because, I mean, he can search for another Nova Summoner, so if they keep attacking, and eventually you can search for your Marshmallow, and then they can't attack anymore. They would have to get rid of it by a card effect. So that can sort of help stall. I mean, that's the whole reason why I put Marshmallow in there. So yeah, it's just really great because it's searchable with Nova Summoner. Unfortunately, you know, Tethius is a high attack monster, so she's not searchable, but hey, who cares? So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that I really changed with it. Still, I have yet to make any of these extra deck thingies down here, besides maybe the rank 2s. I actually had the chance to make a Zen Mains at one point, but I was like, nah, I won't. So, let me go ahead and show you the duel of the previous version of the deck, to show you that it still has consistency. It's just not going to be as reliable as this deck. This deck right here, baby. Oh, man. This is the deck that you want to take to tournament, because all these cards are cheap, you know, minus Slifer. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that then, shall we? Shall we? Did a no, this is, oh, this was Exodia, hold on. Yeah, I finally beat E-Dragons, so there you go. God, where is it? Oh, is this it? I think this is it. Let me check real quickly. Nope, Nova Summoner. Okay, that wasn't it. Let me switch over to the... It's got to be... Slifer kills again then. This is the one right here. And it was, I was facing like an elemental hero deck. I face a lot of elemental hero decks for some reason. Because I just faced, like the one that I just faced today with the new deck for my second win with the deck was actually against elemental heroes. Except he had a greater advantage than this guy does because I start off with Tethius in this hand. The other one I had to like continuously search for it. And for some reason he has a random marshmallow in his hand. Anyway, so I just pretty much, this is what I was telling the guy before. I usually just sit on Gachi Gachi for a while until something happens. You can also, you know, that's the whole reason why I put Nova Summoner in there is you can also sit on a marshmallow once Nova Summoner gets destroyed and you can special summon it. But, I mean, I don't attack with this deck at all. There's really no point in it, and at this point, actually, what I wanted to do was activate Tethius' effect, because if I put 3 monsters in the grave, chances are if I hand destruct another 2 monsters, I can activate Pot of Avarice. Or also if I trade in a Hyperion, like I was thinking maybe I might draw into a trade-in, and I have to, you know, ditch something that I don't really want to ditch. I don't mind ditching a Venus, but Hyperion, maybe, and I want to recycle it. Although, I would also want to recycle a Venus, perhaps, just because it's a fairy. So I sack Gachi Gachi, reload, and draw some cards. Thankfully, I draw a fairy. So, there you go, and then I start the chain effect, essentially. Now, this is, of course, like I was telling you back when I was running Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. And because, essentially, Valhalla is not going to be a dead card, you want to be able to hand destruct both Valhallas as soon as you draw the other one, you know? So I put back the 3 fairies, draw, and I get another 2 fairies. So that's good. So now I'm getting a lot of cards, which is really good. Of course, I draw hand destruction now, or card destruction, and I don't really want to use card destruction at this point because I've got the mallets, and I mean technically you could, but I don't want to card destruct a mallet if I don't have to. So what you can do, and I probably didn't, I would probably hand destruct the card destruction and the Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. Save my mallet, probably the 2 cards that I'll draw into, one of them will be a fairy, and I'll get to keep on drawing. Then, if I have to, use mallet's effect and keep on drawing. Or, oh wow, okay, I actually did do that. Wow, I'm smarter than I thought. So yeah. Then mallet's everything that's not Slifer, because obviously Slifer is what I'm going for. Now notice that I used up my normal summon this turn, so like I've been telling you, you need to find a way to put Slifer into the grave. How do you put Slifer into the grave? Well, hand destruction, of course. So I would actually hand destruct Slifer on Valhalla, that way, I mean, I'm going to keep drawing cards until I draw a spell, because it'd be foolish not to. It's a foolish burial if you don't. Yeah, anyway. So, okay. Or, what did I put in there? Okay, I put a Hecatrice in there. Oh, I just started putting fairies in there because, how many fairies do I have? Okay, I've got 3 fairies for my 3 Hyperions, I suppose. But, I think I still have one more. Yeah, there's the other hand destruction, obviously. So, keep on drawing. Mallets, everything that's not, yeah, a spell. Keep on drawing. Oh, that's good, because now I can trade in my Venus, which is good. And I can always Pot of Avarice if I wanted to. Ditch that, apparently, because who freaking cares about Heavy Storm at this point? Usually Heavy Storm is an extremely good draw, but not at this point, so just keep that in mind. And that should be enough cards that if I special summoned, you know, freaking Slifer, that should be, I mean, what is it, 15,000? Yeah, I think that's enough. So, I mean, unless this guy has a Battle Fate or a Swift Scarecrow. Yeah, which he doesn't. So, there you go. That's game, bitch. Get raped by 15,000 beater. 15,000! So, yeah. So, that was just the last version of the deck. I've also got the newer version of the deck, which I kind of like better, just because it seems more reliable and consistent to me. But this guy was running a Spellcaster deck, so, and he's running 50 cards, too. That's not always the wisest thing to do. But this guy, I think, actually gets lucky, because he activates a Magical Dimension. He starts off doing better than I do, but, you know, I'm running Slifer, so that's going to change soon. So, yeah. Oh, I actually have to use my Celestial Transformation in a way that I didn't want to, but you know, it happens. So first things first, set Nova Summoner. If he decides to attack, I went ahead and went for a Marshmallow. In hindsight, I would go for another Nova Summoner, just because it helps thin the deck really well. But I figured that next turn, because I've already got a Tethius in my hand, that maybe I could kick off her effect. But the problem is, it's very risky with a hand destruction. So, very risky. Like, for instance, there. I was hoping to draw into a Reload or a Magical Mallet as well. Because you'll notice that I get kind of stuck. Because I eventually draw into my second Celestial Transformation, and I'm like, fuck! So, yeah. But I go ahead and use his effect to kill that fucking monster. Then I attack his face down with Tethius and attack 1350. But the great thing about Celestial Transformation, I mentioned it at some point. Maybe it was just when I was randomly talking to myself in the shower. But Celestial Transformation is really good. Because notice Hyperion just got over a Bottomless Trap. I mean, he didn't have a Bottomless Trapple. But he's got 1350 attack as soon as he hits the field, so he just gets over a Bottomless Trapple. So does Venus, or Splendid Venus, and so does Tethius. They all get over Trapple, so that's always good. I honestly thought that Toon Gemini Elf had to be summoned only when Toon World is on the field. When Toon World on the field is destroyed, this is also destroyed. Wow, Toons are like really escaping my logic for some reason. But he goes ahead and attacks and deals 2,000 damage. So, why didn't you attack? Wait, can this not attack during the turn of his normal stuff? Get raped. I honestly, it's been a fat long time since I've used Geminis. But anyway, so at this point what I can do is I can Celestial Transformation for Tethius and start malleting. That's the great reason why, although first I do that apparently. So, yeah. Oh! That's right. I figured that he might have like some sort of tricky face down. So I wanted to bait him with, whatchamacallit. Now notice I haven't used my normal summon because I special summon, so I can still sack for Slifer, you know, when I get the chance. Oh god, see, this would normally be bad, but thankfully I have Pot of Avarice, which puts back my Hyperion, so that way I can draw it again. It puts back both level 8s that were in the grave, so if I draw into a trade-in later, then it'll be good. And notice I am now able to keep going. Put back everything except for the mallets, because honestly I didn't need to have Storm at that point. I will later, but not right now. And thankfully I draw into a Splendid Venus, so I can always trade that in before I activate the reload. Always, always, always. I mean, I wasn't doing it in this particular case, but you'll notice that this guy has no hand, and I can't activate hand destructions. So always keep that in mind. I would activate all of my reloads before I activated my mallets. Just because eventually you're going to run out of your mallets and you're not going to want to use your reload because you don't want to get rid of Slifer or something that's important. And you can't hand destruct to selectively get rid of stuff to draw stuff. So, yeah. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, go ahead and Heavy Storm, that way I stop reloading my Heavy Storm and drawing it again. And I still can't activate hand destruction, so the card destruction can't be gotten rid of. So I have to reload again. Which is not necessarily what I want to do, but, because, I mean, look at that. I've only got one reload, so hopefully I draw into enough cards that next time I'll be able to draw into Slifer again. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the risky things, you know, because now I think I've run out of, yeah, I've pretty well run out of cards to, like, do I have any more mallets or reloads? Or I've got one more reload, and that would have been it, because I can't activate any of my hand destructions. They're dead cards in my hand, essentially. So I go ahead and summon my Hyperions, break up both of his cards, or I don't even have to break up both of his cards. I could have, but I think I might have run out of fairies or something. Why was it? Oh, I ran out of fairies. Holy shit. Wow, that's usually never happened before. I ran out of fairies, but with 9,000 attack, that's more than enough to get over and kill him. So slap Skill Dark Magician in the face, bitch. Get raped. So yeah, anyway, that's how you do it. Even when you start off with not that great of a hand and your opponent seems to be doing better than you, you can still manage to win. And actually, you'll like this next one. Oh, you will like this next duel. Oh man, like I was... See, the reason why I always host nowadays instead of go in there and join their duel is because if they quit out, unless there's like some technical error and it just shuts down completely, if they quit out, I still get to save the replay. But sometimes they quit out way too early and it's not worth saving the replay. But regardless, I was hosting, but he went first? Did he go first? Yeah, he went first. So he's running heroes again. And he actually summons this really... I mean, I know Elemental Hero Nova Master. He's in my Herocracy deck, but he's a real bitch when you actually use him for what he's supposed to be used for, and that's attacking so you can draw cards. So I had to be really careful with Nova Summoner in that particular case. So there he goes, summoning Nova Summoner. So, or did I just say Nova Summoner? He summoned Nova Master, but he's attacking my Nova Summoner. So every single time he destroys a monster by battle, he gets to draw a card. So I was like, I would normally go for another Nova Summoner, but I don't want him to keep drawing cards, so I just go for Marshmallow and sit on it, pretty much. And I'm like, at this point, I need to hurry up and draw my Tethius, so I trade in my Venus, and then I go ahead and card destruct, because I can always use Pot of Avarice to put my Hyperion back. But once again, I have nothing, so I just set Nova Summoner, that way I can filter my deck some more. I'm willing to let him draw one more time, but that's about it. So, yeah. And he gets draw, and I get to set another Marshmallow. Or not set, summon another Marshmallow, rather. But yeah, that's all he can do, because he's only got shit to destroy shit by battle. So, I think I just sat on this one, right? Because I can't really do anything. Yeah, I can't really do anything. Notice that it's a little slow at times, but even when, you know, you're facing like grim situations, you're still able to pull off some really cool shit with this deck. So I end my turn again. It's kind of slow, yeah, I know, it's kind of slow. But wait till you see how I win. And yes, I win, obviously. He summoned Prisma, but he didn't really do anything with Prisma. And he still can't do anything. I probably should have Heavy Stormed at this point, but I didn't. And, you know, that was kind of foolish to me. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20, like I always say. So put all those back and draw 2 cards. Go ahead and set that. I was going to attack and use Honest, so that way I wouldn't have to discard a card at the end phase. But he activates Mirror Force, which is the reason why I should have Heavy Stormed. I'm a fool. But, yeah, that's just the way it is. So he goes ahead and activates Card Destruction, which kind of is a bitch move in my opinion. But it helps me draw my Tethius just that much faster. So it's okay. It's okay. And he summons this motherfucker, which can inflict piercing damage. And then Nova Summoner or Nova Master can attack my Nova Summoner and draw another card. But thankfully now I don't have to Heavy Storm because I know what all of his back row is. And he activates Polymerization and he does some crazy shit. He summons the Shining, but that doesn't really do any good. I think he attacks with Nova Master, doesn't he? Why didn't you attack with Nova Master, you idiot? Maybe he thought it was another Marshmallow or something. I don't know. Regardless, I draw, activate Celestial Transformation, or sack, either one. You could have activated either one. The only difference is going to be you would need to... oh, you know what? I guess that's actually probably the wisest decision. Normal summoning. Because think of it this way. You would need 3 tributes in order to normal summon Slifer. And 2 Hyperions are in the grave, so... I mean, I could technically summon the last Hyperion. But, who cares? So I start off the effect, you know, with Tethius, and it's all cool and whatnot. It's actually really cool how I win this one. Because notice, like, he had me on the ropes for the longest time. He activated his card destruction. I didn't get a chance to activate my Heavy Storm. I had to activate my card destruction, and it was just bad news bears for the most part. And notice that I don't need these Celestial Transformations anymore, right? So I just hand destruct them. Draw 2 cards. Thankfully, one of them is a fairy, so I get to keep on drawing without having to waste my mallet. Although, I drew into a Monster Reborn, so I had to waste it anyway. There's my Slifer. Hey, Slifer. Hey. But yeah, so I ditch Slifer and that, so that way I can Monster Reborn it later. And I draw into fairies, which is good. Keep on drawing. Keep on drawing, and now I'm out of fairies, or I'm out of cards, really. So I go ahead and summon Slifer. He's got, what, 13,000, more than enough to attack Nova Master. GG, bro, you thought you were going to win, and now you're dead. Pretty much. There you go. So that's how you do it with Slifer. Multiple tactics with this. I mean, you could obviously have special summon with Celestial Transformation, and then summon Hyperion by banishing one of your agents from the grave, and then sacked for Slifer. But notice that I didn't need to destroy any back row. I didn't need to destroy any monsters because I knew that Slifer would have more than enough attack to get over anything. And of course, I wouldn't attack Shining, just in case of the rare chance that he had an Honest in his hand. So I just attacked the most annoying one over there, which was Nova Master. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll go back to the deck edit just so that you can see what the deck looks like. Oh no, that's Cyber Dragons. Excuse me. Where the hell is Slifer Agents? But yeah, this is the last Slifer Agents build, deck profile, whatever that I'm going to do. Because now you see it. Now you see the best Slifer Agents there is, pretty much. I'm not going to change it at all because there's no point in changing it. It's best it can be. And I'm just going to work on my other decks that I've got going for me right now. Mainly perfecting my Blue Eye Shining Dragon deck, and also working on my Cyber Dragon deck to make that a little bit better. So yeah, pretty much that's it with Slifer Agents. Hopefully you enjoyed that, learned something from it. Maybe you'll use it in the future. If not, it doesn't really matter to me. So anyway, so thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all in the future, and see ya.